FM, this is 365 Power FM.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sport Hour, coming to you live from the studio stable of Power 365 FM. Yeah, my name is James Oluwaduro-Timaripo, and this is the Friday edition of Sport Hour, and it's going to be exciting, I promise. That it's going to be filled with fun. Alright, quickly, let's start from local gist. Let's talk about Nigeria football. Well, starting with Nigeria football. Well, it's not the news anymore that Nigeria has been grouped for the AFCON qualifier, the 2025 edition. I'm happy to announce to you that we're the same group with the likes of Rwanda, Benin Republic, and Libya. Well, we'll get to that. We'll talk extensively about it. Alright, Super Falcon star Limantu Ainde is optimistic she will emerge stronger from our latest injury setback. Ainde was forced to pull out of Nigeria's squad for the 2024 Olympic Games after sustaining an injury in training at our Swedish club Rosengård. The 29-year-old has struggled to stay on her feet in recent times, missing crucial games for club and country. Reacting to the unfortunate incident, the defensive midfielder vowed to bounce back from the injury, and they also elogize a club and teammates for their unwavering support. According to her, she says, with a heavy heart, I announce I won't be part of the Super Falcons for the Olympics. I'm deeply grateful to FC Rosengard and my teammates for their support and love. Best of luck to my fellow Super Falcons. I will be cheering for you and will return stronger. Go Super Falcons. This was according to Alimoto Ayinde. Tweeting this on her X account, Super Falcons head coach Andre Wadram is expected to name a replacement for the player in the squad for the game. Alright, talking about Randy Wardrum, the Super Falcons head coach is positive of a good outing at the 2024 Olympic Games despite his team being drawn in a tough group. The West Africans are in Group C with the likes of Brazil, former world champions Japan, and reigning world champion Spain. Randy Wardrum unveiled a squad for the women's football event yesterday. The Super Falcons made a big impact at the 2023 FIFA World Cup, at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup qualifying series from a tough group that has reigning Olympic champion Canada and Australia. The American is optimistic his players can repeat their performance in Australia and New Zealand at the Olympics. I think this one could be a special group according to Wardrum. We've shown our quality against some of the best teams in the world at the World Cup, and hopefully we will do the same at the Olympics. The Super Falcons will be up against Brazil in their first game at the Stade Bordeaux on the 25th of July, before confrontations with Spain on the 28th of July, and their final group game against Japan on the 31st of July. The matches against Spain and Japan will hold at the Stade de la Boujoure in Nantes, France. All right. Moving away from the women's corner, they say what a man can do, women can do nothing. All right, quickly talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Super Eagles of Nigeria will begin their quest for a place at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations with an away game against Libya. The draw ceremony took place in Johannesburg, South Africa on Thursday, with the Super Eagles drawn in Group D with the North Africans, also Benin Republic and Rwanda. Yesterday before I left the studio, I told you all that should the case any draw was released before I signed out, I'm going to read it out to you, but unfortunately 30 minutes after I rounded up the program was when the draw was released. Okay, match day 1 and 2 will be played between the 2nd and 10th of September. The rest of the qualifiers will be played in October and November. The Super Eagles defeated Libya 3-2 the last time both teams met in a 2019 Africa Cup of Nations qualifier. The top teams in the group will qualify for the 2025 AFCON final, which will be staged in Morocco. The competitions will run between 21st of December 2025 and the 18th of January 2026. That's if the tournament is not postponed further, and this will be the first time AFCON will be played during Christmas and New Year tenure. During Christmas and New Year period. Alright, sorry for bringing you short news because our time is fast spent. Quickly, let's talk about Nigerian players that are involved in the summer transfer windows. Alright, let's start with Wilfred Ndidi. Glasgow Celtic have the chance to act on their long-term interest in former Leicester City midfielder Wilfred Ndidi, as the Nigerian has become a free agent this summer. Back in 2021, Ndidi was linked with some of the biggest clubs in Europe on the back of his standout performances for the Foxes in the Premier League, and was believed to be valued by Leicester City at £52 million. And at the end of his contract, Wilfred Ndidi, that was supposed to be sold for £52 million, left on a free transfer. As we speak, Wilfred Ndidi is a free player. Alright, after a season in the Championship, the Nigerian midfielder was in search of a new club as he departed the Foxes following the conclusion of his contract. Reuniting with his old manager in Glasgow is one path that Wilfred Ndidi could take, with the 27-year-old attracting interest from Glasgow Celtic Football Club, as Brendan Rodgers, former Liverpool coach, is now the coach of the club, as he rejoined the club last summer. Wilfred Ndidi was signed by Leicester City in 2017 from Belgian side Genk and played under the current Celtic boss for 4 years, enjoying FA Cup success during that time. Alright, Atayaspor midfielder Fisayo Dele Bashiru was impressive in his competitive debut for the Super Eagles last month, scoring the equalizer against South Africa in Uyo. The 23-year-old talks about why he chose Nigeria ahead of England in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Talked about his time at Manchester City. According to him, he says, I was born in Nigeria. I left Nigeria when I was 2 years old. So I really don't remember much about Nigeria. The decision to play for Nigeria is because it is the country of my parents, and playing for Nigeria will make me proud. I have a lot of family here in Nigeria, so I just want to make everyone proud, and that gives me motivation as well. Says Fisayo Dele Bashiru, talking about the reason he chose Nigeria ahead of England. Do you believe that? If he was caught by England, do you think he will still consider Nigeria? Okay, moving on. Former Aqua United midfielder Ibrahim Alazan has joined Portuguese side Boa Vista as their first summer signing. He signed a 2-year deal with the club following the expiration of his contract at newly promoted Belgium side Bascot, where he also fired them to the second division title at the end of the season. It was unveiled by the club on Thursday, 4 days after the expiration of his contract in Belgium. According to him, says, I'm very happy. Signing for Boa Vista was an easy decision. Firstly, because I know how great the club is, and also because I have already played in Portugal, which I consider to be my second home. I'm very excited about this challenge. I can't wait to meet my new teammates and start this adventure. Ibrahim Alazan now becomes the third Nigerian on the roster of Boa Vista next season, with Super Eagles defenders Chidozie Awaze and Bruno Oyemaechi already at the club. While Alazan is back in Portuguese football, having also represented CD Nacional for 4 seasons between 2018 and 2022, he played twice at the Estadio do Bessa, Boa Vista home ground, which he described as incredible. Alazan also represented Nigeria at the under-17 and under-20 level before winning 2 caps with the senior national team in 2017. Now let's talk about star boy Victor Osimhen Osigo. Chelsea main target Victor Osimhen seems too expensive for the pensioners to sign or to bring his signature, to bring the player as well to the Stamford Bridge rather. Even after Napoli reduced their asking price, the Serie A club are willing to let Osimhen leave this summer. The Super Eagles striker has a €130 million release clause When you convert that to pounds, it's 110.8 million pounds. Although Osimhen has been linked with Chelsea, Arsenal, and Paris Saint-Germain. In fact, recently he was linked to Manchester United, and Manchester United are suggesting they could swap Rasmus Højlund, Danish Benteke, with some cash for Victor Osimhen. As we speak, none of these clubs have indicated readiness to meet Napoli's demand. That has left the Italian club in a predicament as they are relying on Osimhen's transfer fee to fund their summer spending, which include a deal for Romelu Lukaku. Napoli have opened talks with Chelsea over a deal for Lukaku, but the Premier League club are holding out for £38 million release clause for any team that wants to buy the Belgian. Talking about Romelu Lukaku. According to Corriere dello Sport, Lukaku wants to be reunited with Conte at Napoli, and Chelsea will now be prepared to accept a lower fee for the 31-year-old in the region of €25 million. That's approximately £21.1 million in order for the deal to go through. The report claims that during their discussion, Napoli made it known they would reduce the valuation of Osimhen to €100 million. That's £84.6 million. However, the figure is still regarded as too high by Chelsea, who had agreed a £42 million fee with Aston Villa for their Colombia striker Joan Duran last month. Alright, to all my Chelsea fans out there, who do you think Chelsea should go for? Victor Osimhen or Joan Duran? Or if you have another striker in mind, just drop your comments in the comment section and I'm going to read it out. Okay. A quick one from MPFL. But SI United have confirmed the departure of forward Exin Okorie to Nigeria Premier Football League champions Rangers. Okorie joined the Flying Antelope after spending 2 years with SI United. He turned down the chance to extend his stay with the Prosperity Boys by linking up with Rangers. But SI United announced Okorie's departure on their account. According to the announcement, it says we can confirm the departure of winger Ekesi Okorie to Nigeria Premier Football League champions Enugu Rangers after two season loan spell with us from Sinosha Football Club of Abakaliki. Okorie joined the Prosperity Boys in 2022 on loan, but decided not to renew the loan deal with SI United at the end of the season. According to the remainder of the statement, it says that we have earlier approached Okorie Ekesin to stay in the club, but he opted to leave. We enjoyed your time here with us. Your dedication and commitment to the club is worth emulating by players. Our prayer is for you to excel in your new club as well as wearing the national team jersey. Alright, quickly let's talk about other sports. Let's start with tennis. Kadri Haruna, Africa's sole representative at the WTT Star Contender in Bangkok, is set to clash with Japanese player Yukida Uda in the second round of the men's singles in Thailand. Kadri Haruna, rated as the number 4 seed by the organizers, has a history with Uda, having narrowly defeated him 4-3 in a closely contested match at the Hong Kong Open in 2018. Uda already fired up after his victory against Portugal João Monteiro 3-2 in the first round, as it poses a formidable challenge for Haruna. In his previous outing at the WTT Star Contender in Slovenia, Haruna faced another Japanese star, Sora Matsushima, and suffered a defeat. However, he remains motivated as he looks ahead to the Paris 2024 Olympic Games, which is scheduled to begin later this month in France. Beyond aiming for his first WTT title, Haruna is determined to accumulate ranking points that will elevate his status when the draws for the Paris Olympic Games men's singles are announced. As the 2024 African Cup champion, he aims to surpass his quarter-final finish from Rio 2016 and become the first African player to reach the podium finish at the Olympic Games. The WTT Star Contender boasts a total pool of $250,000 with 600 ITTF World Ranking points awarded to the champion. Defending champions Lin Gaoyuan and Chen Xingtong of China, who secured the Triple Crown in the 2023 edition, will be eager to retain their titles. Taiwo Awoniyi, Nottingham Forest striker. Sorry, let me quickly give you this from football before we go back to other sports. Nottingham Forest striker Taiwo Awoniyi has expressed confidence in the team's ability to retain their Premier League status despite their present issues with the Financial Fair Play Rules (FFP), having just returned to fitness. And with Nottingham Forest not quite confirmed as a definite Premier League club next season, Awoniyi is already fielding questions about the City Grand future. The talisman who inspired the 2022-2023 season surge towards safety was a big part player last term, with injury restricting him to only 5 minutes of football in the last 2 months of the 2023-2024 campaign. Thankfully, Nottingham Forest have negotiated another storm-tossed season and bearing their FFP misgivings will retain their top flight status. Now, attention has turned to the makeup of Nuno Espirito Santos squad and the desire to trim numbers and get profit on the books, with the names of Callum Hudson-Odoi being mentioned for an exit. Whether Awoniyi is among the names or for departure remains to be seen. The striker is confident about the rest chances of avoiding an exit from the English top flight. Quickly, let's talk about Wimbledon. Alright, still talking about tennis. Like I said, let's talk about Wimbledon. The third Grand Slam of the season that is currently going on right now in England. Andy Murray thanked Wimbledon organizers for an emotional farewell ceremony after his final appearance began with a defeat alongside older brother Jamie Murray in the men's doubles. I thought they said 2 heads are better than 1. Well, not every time. Especially with the Murray brothers. But 2-time singles champion is playing at the All England club for the last time before retiring later this year. A video montage of Murray's career was played on the center court big screen after the match, leaving the former world number 1 in tears as thousands of fans showed their appreciation with elongated applause. The Murray brothers arrived on a packed center court to a standing ovation. Alright, quickly let's talk about Emma Raducanu. Former junior rivals Emma Raducanu and Sonny Qatar will aim to reach the Wimbledon last 16 today, I beg your pardon, today when they play their 3rd round matches. Raducanu is second on center court against Greek ninth seed Maria Sakkari. Fellow Briton Sonny Qatar, the world number 298, will face second seed Coco Gauff in the final match on court 1. While I gave you this gist yesterday before Raducanu started, there is an attractive matchup between defending men's champion Carlos Alcaraz and 29th seed Francis Tiafoe. World number 1 Yannick Sinner closes the program on center court against Miomir Kecmanovic. Ariadat became tearful. Ariadat became tearful in the final tie set break, but fought back to shock British number 1 Katie Botta and reached the Wimbledon 3rd round. World number 94 Ariadat had to compose herself when she fell 6-2 down in the breaker for 1/8 of the last 10 points to knock out the 32nd seed. Katie Botta's forehand, usually a main weapon, became increasingly erratic in breezy conditions on court 1 as Ariadat won 4-6, 6-1, 7-6, 10-8 in just under 3 hours. Alright, quickly, let me give you the live games that is going on right now in the women's single, talking about Wimbledon. As we speak, Diana Schneider and Emma Navarro are battling it out. The first set is over in court 18, and Diana Schneider won the game 6-2. The second set is going on, it's still new, but Emma Navarro is taking her serve right now. In court 15, Lulu Son and Zulin are battling it out. Lulu Son won the first set 5-3. Yeah, the first set is still going on 5-3. In court 3, Daria Kazakina and Paulo Badosa are up in court 3, and Paulo Badosa is leading 5-3, and she's the one taking the serve as we speak. In court 1, Jasmine Paulini of Italy and Bianca Andreescu of Canada. Oh my God, it's an interesting one. An interesting match going on in court 1 as we speak. If you are opportune to live stream that game, you will enjoy it. As Joao Paulini is leading in first set 6-5. Bianca Andreescu is currently serving. Alright, in some minutes to this time, in about 20 minutes to this time, in court 18, Diana Yastremska will battle it out with Donna Vekic. In court 12, Marta Kostyuk and Madison Keys of the USA will face each other at exactly 3 p.m. Okay, that's the women's singles. In the men's singles, okay, Carlos Alcaraz and Francis Tiafoe 2-2 as we speak in the first set. Carlos Alcaraz is taking his serve as we speak, but it's still 2-2 in the first set. Talking about the center court, in court 16, Robert Bautista Agut and Fabio Fognini 4-4. It's getting interesting. Nobody wants to go home again. 4-4 in the first set. In court 12, Brandon Nakashima and Ugo Humbert 5-4. Nakashima is leading in the first set. In court 2, Tommy Paul versus Alexander Bublik. In fact, they are playing their second set as we speak. The first set ended in favor of Tommy Paul as Tommy Paul won the first set 6-3. Second set is on and Tommy Paul is leading 2-0. But Bublik is taking the lead. Okay, by 2:15, Denis Shapovalov will face Ben Shelton of the USA. 2:15 as well, Grigor Dimitrov and Guy Monfils in court 1. Okay, away from tennis, let's talk about Formula 1. Talking about Formula 1, Max Verstappen says he and Lando Norris agreed with 99% of everything when they discuss their Austin. Okay, let's move away from Formula 1. No time to check time. Racial slurs and Islamophobic language on social media. The American who last month was banned for a year from boxing following an anti-doping violation made the comment on X Spaces platform, which allows people to have live video conversation. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman said in a statement, says, exercising my authority as president of the WBC, I'm hereby expelling Ryan Garcia from any activity with our organization to reject any form of discrimination. In a since deleted post on X, Garcia, just 25 years of age, wrote, I was trolling. I want all the killing to stop. I love everyone. So sorry if I offended you. The American has not responded to the WBC expulsion. But in a nutshell, Garcia has been expelled from WBC. Alright, quickly, let's get back to football. Talking about games that will be going on tonight. The Euro 2024. At exactly 5 p.m., Spain and Germany will battle it out. While 8 p.m., Portugal and France, a repeat of what happened at the 2016 final. Portugal and France will battle it out at Volkspark Stadium in Germany. Okay, quickly, let me give you some news. Some football news before I leave the studio today. Hey. Alright, it's not the news anymore. That Lionel Messi, the Argentina captain, missed a penalty in Argentina Copa America Copa America clash with Ecuador. The quarterfinal last night. In the middle of the night. Let's not forget that Messi missed his penalty kick as Argentina defeated Ecuador 4-2 in the quarterfinal clash on Thursday to qualify for the semi-finals. Argentina goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez made 2 saves during the penalty shootout. The match had ended 1-1 on draw after 120 minutes. Lisandro Martinez, Manchester United defender, scored in the first half of the game, while Rodriguez of Ecuador scored in late minutes of the final game. Well, according to the coach of Argentina, Lionel Scaloni has commented on Captain Lionel Messi's penalty miss against Ecuador at the Copa America 2024 edition. Messi missed his penalty during La Abeleste's Copa America 2024 quarter-final victory against Ecuador. And that's not the news anymore. Speaking after the game, Scaloni said even with Messi's penalty save, his team knew that something positive was going to happen. Even with Leo missing, the team knew that something positive was going to happen, according to Scaloni. Well, I don't know who is throwing the shot to. We're talking about Euro 2024. British TV personality Piers Morgan has hit out at England players for their performances at Euro 2024 so far. France captain Kylian Mbappe has revealed that Portuguese captain Cristiano Ronaldo always tries to give him advice and keep up to date with what is going on with him. Mbappe spoke ahead of France Euro 2024 quarter-final clash with Portugal on Friday night. According to him, it's an honor to play against the Al Nassr forward Cristiano Ronaldo. According to Kylian Mbappe, says it's the admiration I've always had for Cristiano Ronaldo for the player. Over time, I've had the chance to get to know him and talk to him many times. We are still in touch, said Mbappe at his pre-match conference ahead of the match. England defender Luke Shaw is set to be fit ahead of the Euro 2024 quarter-final clash against Switzerland on Saturday. But it remains if it will be fielded out. Okay, quickly, let me give you some transfer gist news. Juventus are willing to offload Federico Chiesa this summer and will demand 25 million euros for the forward. New manager Thiago Motta has made it clear that Chiesa is surplus to his requirement at the Turin team. Benin Republic head coach Ghana is optimistic the Scourers can beat the Super Eagles again. The Scourers claimed a famous 2-1 victory over their close-door neighbor in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers last month. The two countries were drawn again in the same group for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations on Tuesday, and Ghana is upbeat that they can do it once again with the Super Eagles as per customary with the Benin. Alright, Mohamed Alao has won the Kwara United's Player of the Season award. Alao beat the club's top scorer Emmanuel Ogbole to the award. The midfielder scored 6 goals in 26 appearances for the Harmony Boys last season. Well, Rwanda head coach Torsten Frank Spetler has reacted to the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying draw. The Amavubi were drawn in tough-looking group with Nigeria, Benin Republic, and Libya. Rwanda are also in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying group with the Super Eagles and the Squirrels. Hitler expresses disappointment with the outcome of the draw. The AFCON 2024 qualifiers will kickstart this September. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I have to say my BYU. Don't forget to join me tomorrow, the Saturday edition of Sport Hour, 9:30 to 10:30. It's going to be enticing. But before I go, manage this. UEFA confirmed punishment for Bellingham ahead of Switzerland clash for his jubilation. Alright, do have a lovely weekend and enjoy your day. Don't forget, Entertainment Circuit 3 p.m. Good.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365.